Hello, good evening and welcome to Business Live. Coming up in this bulletin, Bank of Ghana Governor rallies stakeholders to support non-interest banking, also known as Islamic banking, as central bank starts feasibility studies on its implementation.
The conceptual foundation of NIBF is anchored in historic and universal values that transcend religious or cultural boundaries.
Also in this bulletin, France becomes first country to grant Ghana debt relief after the debt restructuring exercise. Plus, Dr. Tuforsen justifies delays in removing COVID-19 levy as he insists government indeed to first complete work on ongoing VAT reforms.
I was aware of the magnitude of work we needed to do. Our current VAT structure has completely been distorted. It is the only VAT structure that combines VAT and sales tax. I've never seen one. I've never seen one as a tax professional.
We have details of these and more coming your way all in a moment. Please stay on. Thanks so much for your company. I am Pius Kojubaka. Looking at our stories. Governor of the Bank of Ghana, Dr. Johnson Isiama, is urging stakeholders in the financial sector to champion the adoption of non-interest banking and finance, also known as Islamic banking, to promote credible, ethical, inclusive, and serve as an alternative to conventional banking. Speaking at a stakeholder engagement with members of the clergy, Dr. Isiama described the model commonly referred to as Islamic banking as a transformative instrument for economic justice and inclusive prosperity. More in this report.
At the Bank of Ghana, Dr. Johnson Isiama at the stakeholder engagement noted that non-interest banking has already gained traction across parts of Africa, including Nigeria, Kenya, and South Africa, and can coexist with conventional banking to offer consumers and investors greater choice.
The conceptual foundation of NIBF is anchored in historic and universal values that transcend religious or cultural boundaries. And at its core, NIBF promotes ethical conduct, it promotes social justice, it promotes financial inclusion, and it promotes a shared prosperity. So unlike conventional banking systems, which rely largely on interest-based lending and debt instruments, NIBF is built upon principles of equity, principles of fairness, principles of transparency, and principles of risk sharing.
Dean of the University of Cape Coast Business School and advisor to the Monetary Policy Committee of the Bank of Ghana, Professor John Gachi, further explained the importance of non-interest banking within Ghana's economy.
Conventional banking, it is based on interest, but non-interest banking is not based on interest. Interest is prohibited. Transactions are structured based on profit and loss, sharing agreement, and promote equity in the transaction. So that is basically what non-interest banking and finance is about. It's more tilted towards financing the real sector activities, and that is why we talk about the bonds financing infrastructure for both private sector and the sovereign bonds financing government projects. We also see that focusing more on business development, even though conventional banks also focus on business development, but that comes at some burden for those who participate in that process.
As the feasibility process continues, the central bank plans to engage further with banks, faith-based organizations, academia, and international partners to ensure a robust and locally adapted implementation strategy.
Ghana and France have signed a bilateral agreement to officially grant Ghana some debt relief under the External Debt Restructuring Program. France has become the first country within the Paris Club framework to grant Ghana the relief after Ghana was plunged into unsustainable debt levels post-COVID-19. While expressing gratitude at the signing ceremony, Minister of Finance Dr. Kasiela Tuforsen appealed to other countries within the Paris Club framework to consider Ghana's economic gains and emulate France's gesture. More in this report.
France becomes the first country within the Paris Club framework to grant Ghana this relief after the country underwent a debt restructuring exercise caused by the unsustainable debt levels post-COVID-19. While expressing gratitude and touting the country's economic gains at the signing ceremony, Minister for Finance, Dr. Kasiel Atuforsing, appealed to other countries within the Paris Club framework to emulate France's gesture.
For me, today is a milestone. In fact, a big one. A milestone in the sense that it has taken us some years to get here, but it's the most significant one. The most significant one that will pave way for others to immediately sign. We expect to complete this process as soon as possible so that Ghana can breathe again. We want to begin investment. We've gone through our turbulent times, but we can see that hope is in sight.
In his address, the French ambassador said the action taken by France signifies the healthy relations that exist between the two countries. According to him, the move was crucial due to Ghana's unique role in the sub-region and its economic recovery program.
Emmanuel Macron, our president, decided to not let down Ghana for many reasons. Our historical relationship, the key role Ghana is playing in our region. I was born in Benin, so I can say in our region, I'm Beninese. I still have my Beninese passport. So to not let down this big country with a huge potential, very inspiring for all the African continent, because if Ghana falls, the risk is so hard to see the coastal countries, Benin, Togo, Ivory Coast, to follow.
Meanwhile, William Roos, co-chair of the Official Creditors Committee, called for effective collaboration to ensure Ghana sails through its restructuring exercise.
And so we launched first the debt service suspension initiative, and quickly after that the common framework for debt treatment. We had to learn to work together. And I think that we have progressively built a very, very strong trust between China and France and between all the G20 and Paris Club creditors.
The signing comes a day after Dr. Kasiel Atuforsing delivered the mid-year budget for the 2025 fiscal year. Government hopes to achieve overall GDP of at least 4% and end-year inflation of 11.9%, among other key macroeconomic targets to sustain Ghana's economic growth. From the Ministry of Finance, Isaac Atase-Nyako.
And Finance Minister Dr. Atuforsing has given the firm assurance that government is fully committed to removing the COVID-19 despite initial delays. This administration promised to remove the levy as part of immediate task when they assume office. However, this has been deferred to September this year, now the 2026 budget. But speaking on special edition of PM Express, the minister noted that they had to complete work on the current VAT reforms first before any action can be taken.
Were told was going to be abolished. It's still on the books, and many were looking forward to the mid-year budget review, announcing that, yeah, you've abolished it. Still in there. Now you're telling us later in the year, October, when you come to with the 2026 budget, you are setting the broad reforms would happen, which would take out the COVID levy. Why not now?
Okay. So,
why still defer?
So, Evans, first of all, you recall that as part of the 2025 budget in March, I indicated that government intends to review the VAT Act, and the parameters will include the abolition of the COVID levy, and that should be done by the end of the year. I did not mince words, because I was aware of the magnitude of work we needed to do. Our current VAT structure has completely been distorted. It is the only VAT structure that combines VAT and sales tax. I've never seen one. I've never seen one as a tax professional. I've never seen one. Yet, the previous administration was happy with it and they were implementing it. It was completely distorted. We needed to work with the IMF because we are in an IMF program. So we had to seek for technical assistance for us together go on that route. That has been done. So we have sealed it. We have an agreement on what we have to do. Aside the IMF, you have the trading community and the business community that you have to engage. I don't want to introduce something for them to say that you did not engage us. I need 1 or 2 months to be able to do that. We've started engagement. We intend to complete the engagement by September. After the engagement, we'll have to rewrite a new VAT legislation. So granted, I will finish the engagement in August. We'll have to use all of September to be able to finish proper legislation. I mean, the legislation will take between 4 to 6 weeks. When that is done, it will be part of the budget that will be submitted to Parliament by end of October for approval.
Now, President of the Project Management Institute Ghana, Frank Owusu-Asamoah, is calling for a scientific and structured approach to addressing the growing menace of illegal mining, which he says is rapidly eroding the country's human resource base. According to him, Ghana's labor law force can face severe challenges in the near future if illegal mining, commonly referred to as galamsey, is not tackled comprehensively and strategically. He was speaking at the National Project Management Conference and Project Management Excellence Awards.
National Project Management Conference and Project Management Excellence Awards attracted a diverse group of professionals, including experts, practitioners, and thought leaders. The event provided a platform for in-depth discussion on cutting-edge strategies and sustainable approaches in project management to support economic growth. Speaking in an interview, President of Project Management Institute Ghana, Frank Owusu-Asamoah, called for a scientific approach to deal with illegal mining.
So it's a national canker, and we all need to come together to say that we need a scientific approach. Project management can easily do that if we have the goodwill. That is why we believe that project management is the best tool, is the best approach, the best framework that can bring every aspect of this canker under one roof on one single dashboard, managed by professionals and certified professionals, for us to get rid of the forest degradation, water body pollution, and which is essentially depleting our human resources.
On his part, Presidential Advisor on the 24-hour economy policy, Gusi Tano, reiterated government's plan to rope in all industries into the 24-hour economy policy to improve production and create jobs.
It's a difficult and long journey, but I think that the elements that we put together, particularly working along integrated value chains, making sure that we build a strong anchor in agriculture, agro-processing, and also link it up with all the different aspects of our economy in terms of Grow 24, which is the agricultural component, Make 24, which is the manufacturing component, Connect 24, which is the key supply chain component, and then Fund 24, which is the financing component, and Build 24, which is the infrastructure component, and Show 24, which is a cultural component, which shows that our culture is also a commodity and must be exported.
Convener of the Media Coalition Against Galamsey, Engineer Dr. Ken Ashigbe, called on project management professionals to support the fight against illegal mining.
So again, it's important that for us professionals, people who call ourselves professionals, and for that matter, project managers, we are the people who execute all of these projects. We need to be at the forefront of this particular fight. The challenge with Galamsey is that it's leadership failure, and it's leadership failure across all strata of the country. And so the question you ask is that as project managers, what have we done so far as this particular fight is concerned? Where have we brought our know-how to be able to fix it? And again, as Guzitando said, for every project manager, every project you take should be towards national development.
The National Project Management Conference and Project Management Excellence Awards also saw the launch of the Women in Project Management chapter.
You're still watching Business Live. We have more stories for you after this break. Hello again. Access Bank's ongoing Fakitwa Beji Kesia Mega Money promo is already exciting customers across the country, with numerous prizes up for grabs as part of the bank's drive to reward loyalty and promote a saving culture. Here's a report.
Running through to the end of September, the Access Bank Fakitwa Beji Kesia Mega Money promotion gives customers a chance to win attractive rewards like subscriptions to Netflix, Spotify, and cash prizes from 1,500 to 50,000 Ghana cedis. This is made possible by simply making a deposit of 250 Ghana cedis into their Access Bank account. The promo is open to both new and existing customers. Speaking to Joy Business, Head of Distribution, Retail Accra East, and Business Intelligence and Customer Analytics, Michael Jabba, explained the rationale behind the campaign. He noted that the initiative is part of Access Bank's commitment to rewarding loyalty.
At Access Bank, we believe in rewarding the loyalty of our customers. Over the years, I think we've been operating in Ghana for some time. The operating environment has been quite receptive to us. I think it's about time that we give back to society. First of all, this draw has two major considerations that brought it into being. Number one, first of all, to send the idea, the notion that savings is essential to building a very strong and foundational long-term capital. The second one is to reward our customers' loyalty over the years. If we had our own way, it would probably be given to every customer, but obviously that cannot be possible. We are recognizing the fact that our customers continue to run lives, they have commitments, they have families, they have lives they have to lead. And it's fundamental that we're able to hold hands, collaborate, and make sure that life is at least to a certain level bearable for our customers.
To assure participants of the integrity of the draw process, branch manager at the National Lottery Authority, Beryl Adum, emphasized the transparency of the ongoing exercise.
The process is transparent, the process is fair, and every participant stands an equal chance of winning. And so the winners that were selected today, we used our random number generating system to run the draw. There was no human intervention. The draw was run under the best of standards. We selected the winners with the system, and so I would like to assure the public that the winners that have been selected are legit. There has not been any more practices in any way, and everybody should feel confident and they can easily and freely partake in this Fakitwa Beji Kesia promotion run by Access Bank Ghana Limited.
A customer who attended the draw shared his experience.
In fact, I came here hoping I could take away some cool cash. Unfortunately, I was not a winner, but the whole process was transparent. I mean, I could testify that the winner was legitimately selected, and I appreciate Access Bank for doing this, for appreciating we, their customers, and to the lucky winners, you could enjoy the money and continue to save with Access Bank.
With weeks to go before the promo wraps up in September, more customers still have a chance to participate and win.
Google has opened an ultra-modern artificial intelligence center here in Accra to serve as a research base for other West African cities on the continent. The move also includes a $37 million cumulative funding to initiatives including food security, digital skills, among others. Speaking after a short ceremony to open the center, Minister for Communications, Digital Technology and Innovation, Sam George, disclosed that government has approved an AI training initiative for cabinet ministers and key government officials beginning this weekend.
Announced the wave of funding and partnerships to expand artificial intelligence research, talent development, and infrastructure across Africa. This includes $37 million in cumulative funding, as well as the opening of the AI Community Center in Accra, a platform for inclusive AI collaboration, learning, and innovation. According to Google, these initiatives are designed to deepen local impact, support African-led research, and expand access to cutting-edge tools that address pressing challenges across sectors. Here is Vice President Google and Head of Google Research, Yossi Matthias.
And, personally, I think that the magic happens when we bring people together and across multiple disciplines. And the opportunity is there. It's not a zero-sum game. It's an opportunity to actually have this cross-pollination. And a way to think about this AI hub is a platform. And I'm really looking forward to see what the community is going to make out of it. Now, with this accelerated pace of development today, the AI opportunity in Africa has never been greater. We're excited about the many ways African talent will shape the future of AI research on the continent and globally. and I believe the opportunities are immense.
Minister for Communications, Digital Technology and Innovation, Sam George, used the occasion to announce plans by government to introduce AI into the public sector.
AI is a concept that we need to develop across government, because as you develop private sector, as you develop the private sector and they begin to adopt AI, government itself has to also work on its adoption of AI. I'm pleased to announce that I have the permission of His Excellency the President. I'm taking the entire cabinet out of Accra for a 2-day residential event, which is an AI bootcamp. I don't think anything like this has happened anywhere on the continent or possibly in the world, where the entire cabinet is going to sit down. They're going to be taking through what AI use cases exist and what we've done with.
Beyond Ghana, Google is committing an additional $7 million to support AI education across Nigeria, Kenya, and South Africa.
And to some other stories, the Netherlands ambassador to Ghana has underscored the importance of high-quality vegetable seeds in driving successful agricultural transformation. He noted that such seeds significantly influence crop yields, climate resilience, and nutritional value. More in this report.
West Seed Knowledge Transfer Foundation and partners have since 2023 trained over 10,000 farmers under the Transforming Vegetable Farming as a Business project in 356 demonstration farms across 14 districts in the Bono East and Ahafo regions. The model is a farmer-led demonstration plot showcasing the profitability of sustainable farming practices and improved seed varieties. At the opening of the East-West Seed Knowledge Transfer site at Duankwanta, the project lead, Kwejobu Achidonko, explains the next phase of the project, emphasizing the need for institutional commitment towards training.
For the next 4 years that we have received funding from the Embassy of the Kingdom of the Netherlands, we are going to have about 39,000 farmers trained over this 4 period. And after that, we would also reach out to input dealers, because they also seem to get a lot of farmers visit them for support. And they too, in turn, will train farmers indirectly on our behalf. What is important is that if the government could always create a platform for actors such as us who come in and train farmers. We cannot do it all, so others can come in, but they must see commitment from the MOFA, from Ministry of Food and Agriculture, and from the government.
Netherlands ambassador to Ghana, Jeroen Veho, in a speech delivered by Mariam Amu, the agricultural officer at the embassy, noted the importance of available and improved seeds to increase vegetable production and boost farmers' incomes.
Quality seeds are the foundation of successful farming. They determine crop yields, climate resilience, and nutritional value. By making improved high-yielding and climate-resilient seed varieties available, we equip farmers with the tools they need to increase productivity, boost incomes, and enhance food and nutrition security. These seeds are more than agricultural inputs. They are instruments of empowerment, innovation, and sustainability. They will fuel the success of this learning center and contribute meaningfully to the future of Ghana's horticultural industry.
Some farmers appreciated the outcome of the acquired sustainable vegetable farming techniques.
The variety is very, very good, because the Prima is so good that the resistance and the yield and the maturity, even the cucumber is 40 days, and the onion 2 months, 2 weeks, you get more than.
And that's it for Business Live for today. I am Pius Kujobaka. Beyond the Numbers is next.